Hey there, it's Poul Mark again with Transcend video blog, and today I'm here with Camilo Merizalde. I think I got that right.
Yeah.
And we're at, it's an interesting day today. What's this farm actually going to be called?
It's called El Cortijo, which is going to be one of the Santuario Exotics satellite farms that we're building.
Cool.
Taking all the experience from Santuario.
Cool. So we're actually not that. We're actually really close to Cali, which is interesting, and I've shot some B-roll, and we'll get some of that B-roll mixed into it. But what's interesting today is we're on a coffee farm there where there's no coffee, which maybe you might think is odd, but it's a really interesting project, and I'm really excited about what's going on here. And so I wanted Camilo to be able to talk to you directly about what is happening here and what the plan is, and what inspired this. So you're not really, you are a coffee farmer now, but that's not your background. So what got you into coffee, and what's brought you to where you are today?
Okay, 10 years ago, I was working with a company, a Colombian company, that we were buying different products from all over the world, and I started visiting different food conventions and different food fairs, and it was amazing to hear how people start asking for good quality coffees from Colombia, because they were like lacking good quality coffees back then. And so I got like into the idea of building a farm. Okay. Since we had some land in the Cauca area, so during 2 years I started doing a research on good quality coffees, and first I went to States to visit many roasters and telling them my idea that I was going to build this new farm really high in a really well-known area in Colombia for producing good quality coffees in the Cauca region, with the varietals that I was looking for, like típicas, bourbons, and back then I even had the idea of the geishas, because geishas were known back then. And so finally I made the decision, and I jumped into action, and we built the farm, and it was really successful. And during the last 10 years we found that we can even grow much better coffees, because it was a challenge with the weather being productive. And so we decided 2 years ago to again build a new project with more specialized farms, building greenhouses like the one that we just saw, and building irrigation systems so we can apply really good nutrients to the plant in order to get the quality that we really need out of the coffee.
So Colombia's the dominant varietal in Colombia grown is Caturra. Right? That's
Caturra in Colombia.
Colombia, which is a hybrid with Cadimor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're not only growing varietals that are completely unique to Colombia, but you're also doing it in a very unique way, right? What got you onto this idea of building a greenhouse on the side of a mountain, or you're going to plant coffee, or using an irrigation system to start to feed plants specific nutrients? Like, how? Because that's all new technology in the world of coffee.
Yeah, but basically I was tired of wasting my money on trying to produce a good quality coffee, because for the past 2 years it's been raining a lot here, so whatever you apply to the coffee field wash away. So just to have an idea, a big farm spends almost $150,000 a year on fertilizers, and out of that you lose 80%.
Wow.
So you're just wasting like around $120,000 of your money. You're just going down the stream. So that's why.
Not only are the plants not getting that fertilizer, but that fertilizer is washing off into tributaries and polluting the environment somewhere else, right?
So Santuario, I stopped fertilizing 2 years ago. So what I was doing was spraying the plant with different products, and then I started visiting some farms in South America and Central America to you know, to get the ideas of, you know, of what should be like the right way to do like a very unique coffee. So I came to the idea for the greenhouses like a year ago. So I decided to start visiting different places that they plant different products on the greenhouses. And basically the idea behind a greenhouse is that you can control the whole, you know, environment throughout the year. So I can apply whatever the plant needs. If I need more water, I can do it. If I need the temperature to go down or up, I can actually do it.
Right.
So it's a controlled, you know, area that I'm going to be able to produce a good quality coffee.
Right, that's cool. Yeah, when we just met today actually, but when I first saw a blog post by Stephen Leeton from Has Been Coffee out of the UK, he was talking about this greenhouse concept, and my mind went, wow, that's cool, and then I went, wow, how do you do it? Like, how can you have enough greenhouse space for coffee, because coffee farms tend to be a lot bigger. But as we were talking today, with that controlled environment, not only do you get to control what the plant, you know, eats and the temperature, but you also have probably a much greater yield of really high quality coffee, right?
Yeah, it's going to be maybe 2-3 times better.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't need like a really big area. And the key element here is to plant a very unique varietal.
Right.
Because if you put a Caturra or Colombia into a greenhouse, it's no big difference, because actually, you know, the market won't
pay for it.
Won't pay for it.
No, that's right. Yeah, exactly. That's really cool. It's exciting for me to be here because, as I was just saying to you, my dream is one of these days, hopefully not too far away in the future, to come to a coffee country and buy a farm. And I've always wanted to, you know, the idea is to have bare land and start and have different varietals on different sections. So you're doing what I want to do. So that's cool. There'll be a great model to follow and see how things progress here. So how long do you think, realistically, before this farm is producing coffee that you can actually sell?
It's going to be like around 22 months by the time that I have the first bags ready.
Cool. No, that's great. Yeah, it's a beautiful area. We'll shoot some more B-roll just so you guys can see it. It's a really interesting climate here, and I think it's going to be really exciting to follow and watch and see what happens with this coffee.
Yeah, and you know, like actually this area is the Andes that comes through Colombia and behind Cali. So we're only 20 minutes from Cali, and we are at like 1,700 meters high, almost 1,800 here. And the weather is perfect because this is a well-known area for coffee, and hopefully, you know, like I think that, you know, the coffee is going to be really great.
No, that's cool. Great. Well, I appreciate you spending a little time chatting, and we'll get this up on our website and let our customers get a glimpse of what's yet to come. I think it's going to be. We were talking a little bit earlier about how Camilo said that he thinks that within 5 years, the specialty coffee industry is going to be much more like wine, the wine industry, where you're going to be able to say, listen, I want a geisha, but I want a geisha that comes from this region, or I want you're planting varietals here that I'm actually not familiar with. So it's going to be really interesting, I think, as consumers within the next 5 to 10 years to be able to have access to really unique coffees that will give you an amazing experience in terms of taste and quality, and so that's exciting because things do need to change. The weather's changing. The world of coffee can't stay the way it has been for the last 30 years. So I'm excited to have met you. Cheers.
Okay.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, until the next video, remember, drink less more often, and we'll talk to you later. Cheers. Ciao.